Let's review the PetSafe Innotek IUC 5100 dog fence system. The 5100 dog fence is very similar to the PetSafe UltraSmart dog fence, except it offers the remote training and a roll of the twisted wire. Now, to accommodate for the added circuitry for the remote correction, the 5100 collar is 50% larger than the PetSafe UltraSmart collar. However, like the UltraSmart collar, the 5100 is still much more streamlined than most of the other full-size collars. The remote trainer is an effective training tool. However, we do recommend proceeding with caution if you choose this fence. For one, we recommend not using the remote trainer until your dog has been on the fence successfully for 3 months. You initially do not want to use the fence and remote trainer at the same time because this could confuse and overwhelm your dog with overcorrection. We also recommend that if you are not familiar with remote training in general, we advise you receive instruction from a professional trainer before attempting to use the remote. Successfully using the remote requires structured training, and it's easy to overcorrect your dog if you're not sure what you're doing. Now, technically speaking, the IUC 5100 remote trainer is not as good as a dedicated remote trainer. Its maximum distance falls much shorter than the manufacturer's claim, and it only reaches between 75 and 100 yards, and it's not as responsive as a dedicated remote trainer either. So it's mainly good for domestic uses around the home. Here's how you activate the remote trainer. You hold the antenna on the remote within 1 inch of the collar, and you press the tone button until the second light on the collar illuminates. Now, you repeat this same action to deactivate the remote. Now, the collar will always work with the fence regardless if it is synced to the remote or not. You can use the remote correction on up to 2 dogs, and each dog can be corrected separately with 9 different levels. Like the PetSafe UltraSmart, the 5100 collar is also rechargeable, waterproof, and has the same collar fit feature. The collar has a 1-month charge life unless it is synced to the remote. When the remote trainer is activated, the battery only lasts 2 to 3 days. So you want to switch off the remote correction in between training sessions. As well as the remote trainer, the IUC 5100 also comes with the twisted wire, which makes it a good value if you need both the remote training and the twisted wire. Otherwise, the IUC 5100 is the same as the PetSafe UltraSmart dog fence. Now here's what the fence includes. The fence includes the collar, remote trainer, the charger, transmitter, lightning protector, twisted wire, 500 feet of boundary wire, 50 flags, butterfly tester, and 2 splices. The 5100 collar is as reliable as the UltraSmart collar, and it contains the rechargeable lithium-ion battery and the collar fit feature. It is about 50% larger than the smaller PetSafe UltraSmart dog fence collar as we mentioned before. We would not use this collar on dogs under 20 pounds. Now, the long probes and the yellow no correction caps are also provided with this system. Now, let's look at the transmitter box. The transmitter box is exactly the same as the PetSafe UltraSmart dog fence. Now let's look at some of the switches that are here located on the transmitter. First, you have the stimulation level here, and it's a low, medium, and high setting. And this correction is set up for all collars on the system. Next, you have the field size switch, and so under 1,000 feet of wire, you're going to switch this to small, and anything over to large. Next, we have the field width, which you can adjust how far the signal transmits from the wire, which means how far you want to keep your dog from the wire. Here in the middle, we have the reminder switch. This is a switch that's not going to be used, so you want to switch this to off. The next blue dial is the alarm volume, simply so how loud you want the alarm on the transmitter to sound. Next we have the power switch, and on the far right we have the backup battery monitor for the backup batteries, which are located here in the back. And it holds up to 8 AA batteries, and so if the power goes out at your house, it will run for about 2 to 3 days. We have where the power adapter plugs in this socket, and on the left we have where the boundary wires plug in at these 2 terminals. Now this system has the same limitation as the PetSafe UltraSmart in that you cannot individually adjust the correction level for the fence containment separately for each dog. So look at other systems like the PetSafe Deluxe, the Stubborn, or the Little Dog if you have 2 dogs of very different sizes. Now, accessories, what can be used with this? You can use the Innotek 5100 with indoor and outdoor zones, which are not included with this fence. Now, the indoor zone creates a circular exclusion zone diameter from 2 to 12 feet to keep the dogs out of rooms or off furniture or out of the trash. The outdoor zone, which is also called the Rock, also creates a circular exclusion zone, but can also be used with up to 150 feet of boundary wire in a loop to keep the dogs, let's say, out of a flower bed or other small sections of your yard or garden. Now, to summarize, overall, this is a very good system. It's everything we like about the PetSafe UltraSmart dog fence, plus with the remote correction. Just make sure if you are going to use this remote that you either have experience with remote correction or you can work with a good trainer who can help you use it in a smart way.
Visit us at dogfencediy.com to learn everything you need to know about selecting a system, installing your fence, and training your dog. Our customers get free professional advice a phone call away, free fully illustrated expert's guide to installation and training that is immediately emailed to you upon purchase. This is the book we use to train our installers. Also, you get a free wire break kit to help you find and repair any in-ground wire breaks. And of course, free UPS ground shipping for orders over $200, so you receive your order in 2 to 3 business days. We have a 100% rating with the Better Business Bureau, and our mission is to make containing your dog easy and for you to tell your friends. Remember, we have a 30-day no questions asked return policy and offer the lowest authorized prices on all our dog fence systems.